seize this power for herself. Instead, she has done the unthinkable. Now, she will come for them all. To finish what she started. And break all who opposed her. Those who held Azeroth together will be in her sights. And when she comes, our end begins.
Okay guys, so not exactly what you were expecting, I imagine, but this is the start of the Shadowlands campaign and our long awaited video of getting into Zereth Mortis to get some rare beetles. I spent a long time doing this and I've spent countless hours trying to complete the Shadowlands campaign, so unfortunately guys, you will have to complete the full Shadowlands campaign if you haven't already done it on a alt character. So if you have done it on a character before, then you can, it's like you can talk to someone on an alt and you can basically skip the whole thing. So we are starting the video here in Stormwind, where we initiate the Shadowlands campaign. So this whole video is going to be about basically accessing Zereth Mortis so we can get those rare beetles. It's going to be a very long video, guys, so if you're interested in finding out what happens in the Shadowlands campaign and getting to the end, I'm going all the way through it. I'm doing absolutely everything you can until I get to Zereth Mortis. So buckle up, guys, this is going to be a bumpy ride. I'm your host Rayman from Respawn Games, and let's get to it. So guys, all this talk about the Shadowlands campaign and getting through it and what you need to do, I haven't actually spoken to you about the bug we're actually after today. So we are actually after a rare beetle called Hadeon the Stonebreaker, which can only be found in Zereth Mortis. Now, this is the reason we're going through the campaign, because we are looking for this particular beetle. Now, we're heading deep into the heart of Azeroth to face one of the fiercest bugs you'll ever see. This isn't just your average beetle, guys. Hadeon is colossal. Rock armored terror lurking beneath the shifting sands of Zereth Mortis in the northern region. So, with a name like Stonebreaker, you know he means business. If you're a hunter looking for a unique name, this rare elite is a must-have for your stable. So in today's video, guys, I'm going to show you where to find him and how to tame it, and share a bit of lore and backstory that makes Hadeon such a fearsome presence in the world. So stick around till the end, because guys, this is going to be a long video. I'll be showing off this beast in action and giving you guys some tips on how to make him really stand out. So stay tuned, and we are going to get started with the Shadowlands campaign now. So guys, our story actually starts here in Stormwind. You have to find your way to High Lord Darian Mograine, that's his name, and initiate the quest called Shadowlands: A Chilling Summons. Now, follow this through and you will end up going through that the cutscene I showed you at the beginning of the video. So you go through that. Once you've gone through that cutscene, you will end up in the place called the Moor, which is like a part of the Shadowlands campaigns. It's one of 4 or 5 areas. as you can see, you are now in the Maw. So carry on with that quest line. And what I should say, actually, guys, is you have to be level 60 to start the Shadowlands campaign. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the things you need to do first to... yeah, you just need to be level 60, I think. Obviously, have the Shadowlands expansion pack. Yeah, and so you end up in the Maw here. So you follow this sort of quest line through now. Just keep going, and then eventually you will end up in a place called Oribos. What I will say, the Maw is really, really cool. Awesome place. I thought it was really badass. The only problem is you can't use your mounts here just yet. So there's a lot of walking around at first, as you can see. So this is the Maw. Really like dark, and that's the whole that's what I love about the Shadowlands campaign. It's so dark, it's so mysterious, it's really, yeah, it's just everything's so sort of apocalyptic, you know. It's a really cool campaign. But yes, like I said, follow this through until you get to Oribos. So I'm not going to bombard you with clips and let you watch everything, but this is where you start off, really. So when you follow your quest line through in the Maw, you'll end up finding all the sort of heroes of each faction. So you've got Thrall from Orgrimmar, you've got Lady Jade Proudmoore, and you're basically trying to find, you know, all these characters and try and rescue them from the Maw. I think at this point you're looking for Anduin as well, and oh, I forget his name now. Bane, what? I think, is it Bane? Bane Bloodhoof? I think the Tauren leader. I can't remember. Don't quote me off the top of my head. That's my guess. But yeah, you have to rescue him as well. So yeah, follow that through. That's where I'm at here, and then there'll be a little cutscene a little bit later on. So there's quite a few cutscenes. The cutscenes are really cool. I love the cinematics. They look absolutely wonderful. So yeah, once you follow that quest through, this is the cutscene I was talking to you about. So they found Anduin. You know, they're trying to rescue him. You've helped him. And then you go through with this cutscene now.
You won't succeed.
Such a narrow vision. You disappoint me. No matter. We will find what we seek. In another.
Anduin! How badly are you hurt?
I will live. I'm relieved you're all safe.
These bonds are too strong to break by force. We must find a way to free him.
So once you have followed it all the way through, this is the very end of this initial sort of quest line in the Maw. So you're trying to find a way out of the Maw. You've rescued all the sort of leaders of each faction, and you're then met with another cutscene where you meet the jailer. And obviously then you ultimately then find your way. Only you can actually go through the portal at this point. So everyone's fighting, you're just trying to help them out. And then after this is finished, yeah, it's only you who can get through, and that's how you end up in Oribos.
Nothing escapes the law. Yield to the inevitable.
They've stopped their advance. The light is with me, even here. Go, champion! Go! You have failed.
and here we are, guys. We are now in Oribos. So this would be, I guess, the second part, step 2, I would call it. So yeah, basically now, and it's going to be, this is where I found it rather tedious, because again, I'm level 78, so I'm quite a high level to be going through this. You pretty much 1 or 2 shot in everything in your path. So basically what happens now is you go through this quest line and you have to go to the 4 different sort of areas in the Shadowlands now. So you start off in Bastion, then you go to Maldraxxus, then Ardenweald, and then Revendreth. And that's basically the Shadowlands campaign. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to guide you through parts of it, just to kind of maybe the start and beginning of each part, just because it's a lot of content. I've got a lot of stuff saved, a lot of clips, and it's not going to be, you know, I've got hours and hours and hours of footage. I'm not going to make like an 8 or 9 hour video for you guys to watch. That's horrendous. But yes, I will just skip to the essential parts, really. Okay, so once you've sort of done exploring now in this area, guys, and followed the quest line through, you then have to go through this here, I think it's the Ring of Transference, I think it's called, and you then have to head over to the Flight Master now, because that's the only way you can get in, alright, at the moment. So part of the quest is go to the Flight Master, and you are now going to travel to a zone called Bastion, where you've got to continue the main quest line of the Shadowlands.
The honored voice has blessed your mission, so we will use what we have. We will call down one of the soul conduits for use as a gateway to Bastion. These paths have been dormant for some time. Your arrival will be unexpected.
The purpose reveals our way.
So once you've completed that sort of quest line, you will then go to the Flight Master, then to Bastion, and I'm just showing you, you know, how it works. You go through on this worm, and by the way, that's the only way you can get in, alright? You cannot fly there yourself, because it just doesn't let you. I tried this myself, because I thought I can't keep being bothered to try and find a Flight Master all the time, but I tried to fly myself, and I couldn't do it. So, yeah, once you are in Bastion here, you continue the main quest line. There's someone in front of you there you can speak to. And yeah, follow this through all the way to the end. I'll skip this to the end now. The end of the Bastion quest line. So guys, this is pretty much right at the end now. Right at the end of the Bastion quest line. So to summarize, you know, you are trying to help someone ascend, so to speak. And you find out along the way there are some of the ascendants who are struggling sort of mentally. They can't quite do it. They think it's unfair, and there's you just find out there's some other force. I'm not going to spoil it for you. There's another force trying to stop you, and they're basically like the sort of evil version of you guys. They've turned to a different side. So at this point here, you are being attacked by a house from Maldraxxus, and Maldraxxus apparently have the biggest army. They are sort of like the Necro sort of faction. So really cool. And yeah, so you'll know you're at the end when you get to this point here. And you have to fly back to Oribos and then continue then with the Maldraxxus storyline then. Because if you get once you get to this point, you are now done with Bastion. So at this point, you're back in Oribos now. You've just come from Bastion. You sort of coming in to report what's happened in Bastion about Maldraxxus attacking. So you now have to head to Maldraxxus to try and see what's going on. Why have they attacked? So yeah, that's the next step now. So I'll just show, you know, you basically have to go and there's another flight master. You have to do the same sort of cutscene where they unlock the portal to Maldraxxus now.
I hope this endeavor is successful. There is still little anima available. The purpose must be followed.
So if you go on that flight path with the worm, it'll take you then to Maldraxxus. And the first quest you have is basically you have to prove yourself by going into the fighting pits. And once you're there, you sort of find out that, you know, the factions are sort of against each other. You find out they've betrayed the Shadowlands. You know, they're sort of at war with each other. And you have to kind of go to a particular house and you follow the campaign from there. Then really it's about sort of, you know, bolstering your defenses, finding out what's happened, and you have to try and find someone called you have to try and get into the Primus's statue. Basically it's the Primus's seat or throne, and that's the whole point really of the Maldraxxus campaign. You have to get to the Primus, basically. The Primus is like I guess the leader of the Maldraxxus, like the spiritual sort of god there. So yeah, as you can see, you just kind of fight your way through all these guys first, just to become a sort of champion, and then it gets sort of progressively harder. You have to fight some of the elite champions then. You'll find some elites on the battlefield. You kill them, and once you've killed them, then you have to fight some champions of the house. And then once you go through there, then a cutscene will come on, and then you'll be sort of whisked away, and you meet the Baroness then. So yeah, you just crack on from there, and I will get to the end now, where maybe we go into the Primus's throne. So at this point now, you've gone through the majority of the Maldraxxus campaign, and you've had to go back and forth to the Moor because you have to rescue someone from the Moor who is sort of well known, is sort of quite relevant to the story. And you find out there's a traitor. So there was someone who locked him in the Moor, and now you have to face him. And it's someone you will already recognize. So after defeating him, you claim the final room, and you can then go to the seat of the Primus then and open the door, and you finally got it. And that's then pretty much the end of the Maldraxxus sort of campaign. But I'll get to that.
Foolish Mograine, always valuing loyalty over might. But victory lies in one's choice of allies, and with their help, I now claim the mantle of Margrave. I will bury my blade in your skull, traitor! I bested Crexus himself! You two are nothing. We will avenge him, here and now! Enough games! God, slaughter these weaklings! Fool! Honorless coward!
Ashbringer, Marwalker, with me.
So it's at this point now when you've unlocked the door to the Seat of the Primus, and you can finish the quest line here for the Maldraxxus campaign. Of course, not the whole thing. I wish it was that simple. And yeah, you kind of hear the Primus's message here, and you have to deliver it to the rest of the houses. So yeah, this is when you fly back to Oribos then, and you do a little bit of questing in Oribos, and then you head to a place called Alderweald, and I'll sort of fast forward you to the start of Alderweald.
Do not let Zoval reach the sepulchre.
So now we're at Alderweald now. So we did the whole cutscene where you open another portal which takes you to Alderweald. This is like a really cool place. It's like a fairy sort of it really gives you fantasy vibes, like a fairy sort of fae place. And yeah, this is the third area now where you will be following this quest line through in here. Essentially what's happening here is that there is it's a dark force trying to take all the wild seeds away, which is like the life force of the area. So the whole point of this campaign is like there's a lot of anima basically powers the whole sort of ecosystem, and it gives you power. However, as usual, the bad guys are trying to take it away, and it's like a big war sort of conflict going on in Alderweald. And you've just got to find a way to stop it, basically. And I'll take you to the end of this now. So this is where it starts with this this NPC here. Follow this quest line all the way through, and I'll take you to the end of it now.
The entire forest. Your voice is but
So at this point here, guys, you were finally granted an audience with the Queen. You were telling her, or giving her the Primus's message now, and how, you know, everything's gone sour, basically. How, you know, basically you're just updating it with the current situation, and now you are going back to Oribos again. So you'll know this is the end when you've just met the Queen. So just follow it all the way through to this point. And then what we're going to do then next, guys, is we are going to fly back to Oribos now and continue the quest line in the final area called Revendreth. So here we are again. We've just opened the portal to the fourth area now, which is Revendreth. This really cool sort of gothic vibe. Like it's very like sort of vampire, werewolfy, gargoyle type place. Very sort of undead, but very like, it just gives you that sort of gothic vibe, in my opinion. Really cool place, absolutely stunning, like in terms of its architectural beauty. Love it. And the quest line is really cool as well. Like, I really enjoyed the quest line here, to be fair. It is a good campaign. Like, it's a very good story. Like, the storytelling is absolutely phenomenal, I think, all the way through this. It's just the quests can be very, very tedious, especially if you're just, in my case, just trying to get through the whole campaign so you can basically tame some blimmin' beetles. But yeah, now you're in Revendreth, you follow the campaign all the way through here, and I'll take you to the end of the Revendreth campaign now, so you can sort of familiarise yourself with that. Oh yeah, I remember this now. So to sort of summarise what's going on in Revendreth, you're rescued by a count, and you're taken to the guy in charge, and you find out there's like a rebellion going on. you know, and they're like, oh, these, you know, the rebellion's terrible, we need to sort them out, kind of thing. And you find someone called the Accuser, and what happens is the Accuser talks to you and tells you, you know, they played you. This is the real reason that we're rebelling, and she shows you like a sort of memory or like a dream or something, and you see that the main, you know, the leader of the sort of Revendreth is actually a bad guy. Surprise, surprise. And basically, you then try and put a rebellion together then, and eventually you get to a point where you've rescued Prince Rethental, I think his name is. And once you've done that, you basically start attacking all the you know, the sort of the leaders, I guess, of the real of Revendreth, and then you get to a point where you have to fight the sort of, you know, the leader of the whole of all of Revendreth. And yeah, it doesn't go quite as planned, unfortunately. But then that's the end of the campaign in Revendreth. Then you then go to Oribos again. And this is a really cool cutscene, so I'll let you watch this.
This was your valiant last stand. For so very long, you've punished arrogant souls. But instead of learning from their suffering, you've become one of them. You just needed to obey. How fortunate you are to witness the splendor of what is about to unfold. Every precious drop of anima, so painstakingly wrung from the tortured souls of lesser beings, now paves the path for the banished one to reclaim what was his. And once his liberation is secured, it shall be by his will that all is washed away. The only power that will emerge from this torrent of change is death. Death and those who shaped its victory.
Someone will stop you, Denathrius. Even if I...
Do not speak. Observe. Remember this lesson.
Trinkets, yes. Pretty trinkets.
Well
Welcome, my fellow doomed friend.
Yeah, so as you can see, just gone through that cutscene now. Basically, the good guy, the rebellion's lost. They've, the bad guys got their way, and they've given all this power to the Maw now. So now you have to report back to Oribos and just basically say what's happened. This is why the world, Shadowlands has been completely depleted of anima, because it's all going to war. It's all been stored here and been given to the Maw. So basically, guys, after you've completed the final Revendreth quest, you're then taken to Oribos, and this is now what I would call step 3, where you have to join a covenant now. So you have to talk to them all, remind yourself, what they do and all that. And it's important at this point, but you can choose to join a different covenant later on. But take your pick. I joined the Necrolords, obviously, because they're the coolest. So that was my preference, but you guys can choose whatever one you want. It doesn't affect the outcome. So basically, you join the Covenant now, and you do a couple of quests. You do a couple of chapters, follow that quest line with that particular Covenant for a while. And yeah, and then you are taken back to Oribos again. So it gets to a point then where you have to basically fill the anima, like the supplies of your covenant. So you do that, and then you can move on. Then I think you then have to go back to the Maw then to carry on. I think this is where you would unlock the Torghast quest line. And this is you have to go into, like, Torghast is like the big prison place, so you have to go and rescue a couple of people. Can't remember their names off the top of my head, but that's sort of the next step. So obviously, during this during this whole sort of thing, you're going back and forth to the Maw to do various things. Like you got, there's different quests you have to do there, but it's all part of the same quest line. So yeah, there is a bit of hopping back and forth, but yeah, at this point now, I think, yeah, we're going back to the Maw now. So yeah, I was right. This is essentially now the Torghast quest line now, where you have to go to Torghast and help some, rescue some guys, or at least just continue the quest line. So this would be step 4. Step 4 is, so you'll know once you're in step 4, because you'll start going into Torghast a bit more. You have to help the you have to help Bane Bloodhoof, and then after that, I think you have to help the Rune. I think his name's the Rune Master, which is where we're at right now. We're going to, I think that's the Antechamber, and you'll see him all tied up now. Yeah, the Rune Carver, sorry. And you do his quest line for a bit, and once you've done that, then you should get the Chains of Domination campaign, which is like step 5 basically. I'll get you to there now. You'll know you get to that point once you finish the Torghast. You'll get back to Oribos, and then you'll just get a notification pop up saying chapter 1, the first move, and that's when you are starting the Chains of Domination campaign. Yeah, so like I said, once you finish the Torghast campaign, it's very, very brief, you'll end up back in Oribos, and then you will get this quest pop up called the first move, and that's how you know you've started step 5, Chains of Domination. And this is sort of the near enough the end campaign before you can go into Zereth Mortis. It's not very long. It's pretty straightforward, but follow this all the way through now, guys. It's pretty straightforward. I'll take you to the end now. So I should mention that as part of the Chains of Domination campaign, you end up going back to Alderweald, so you can fight in a war. And this is where Sylvanas Windrunner is. She's sort of leading the campaign to take the sigil from the Queen, which she needs to take back to the moor. And I wanted to just point this out just in case you were getting confused. But yeah, it will end up leading you here. Then you just basically take part in the war. It's again, this bit's pretty straightforward. And then you kind of know you're at the end of the War of the Elderworld, because you end up running into Sylvanas Windrunner here. And I'll let this clip play out because it's really, really cool.
Tyrande, I understand you've been looking for me. Come then. Show me Elune's wrath.
Elune gave me her strength. The wrath is mine alone!
Warrior. I expected more.
I will take your head, Banshee! Just like I took his! Thonos, you didn't know. Your master is keeping secrets from you! It is time. Inqua Melema. At last.
And yet, the night's power wanes. Once again, she denies you victory.
Mother Moon, do not forsake me. End this.
Bask in the dying embers of your goddess's bargain, Tyrande. Nothing lasts.
Tyrande, can you hear me? Tyrande?
Trinkets, yes. Pretty trinket.
You're a special one, aren't you? I can't wait.
Rest, my dear one. Fall gently into dreamless slumber.
We should report to the Queen. I pray she was able to safeguard the wild seeds.
Speak. Zaval dared to threaten the souls in my charge. I have made reply. I concealed my sigil within the heart of the forest, where it could be best protected.
I fear we may be too late.
Anduin! No!
Resist him! Do not let the jailer win!
We will save you, Anduin. No matter what it takes. What would you ask the daughter of...
See what I tell you. Absolutely cool. I told you the cinematics were really, really cool in this campaign. It's a great expansion pack as far as I'm concerned. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of Shadowlands, but I really, really like it so far. I haven't completed it yet because I've got to Zereth Mortis, and that's all I plan on doing right now. So, because that was my main mission, really. Get to Zereth Mortis, Tame. That's all I want to do. But I may finish it because I'm kind of invested, emotionally invested at this point. So, yeah, after that's over, Sylvanas gets the sigil and takes that back as well. So now you are going back to Oribos. So once you've followed that through, you end up back in the moor, follow that quest line through, and you end up in a place called Corthia. You sneak into Corthia, where you then are tested to see if you are the Moor Walker, and you then have to find the portal back to Oribos. So there it is right in front of you there. So you activate that portal there right in front of you, and it basically is another way into Oribos. That the Moor doesn't, it's sort of a secret entrance really. And once you've followed the Corthia questline, you end up back in, well, you're already in the Moor, I suppose, but you end up here where you end up saving I guess they call, what they call Valkyria, I think they're called. Like, I guess they're like Valkyrie. And yeah, this quest kind of takes a weird turn then, where you see Thor and it's like Norse mythology for a second, and you do a couple of quests there then where they realise like Helga, I think her name's Helga, she's a traitor.
Did you really think you'd escaped my notice? So naive, so blind to Odin's failings.
Odin will not stand for this, and neither shall I!
Your defiance is meaningless. I already have what I need.
The ritual nears completion, and Hilda will soon rejoin her sisters.
Now bear this message back to your master, little bird. May it taste like ashes in his throat. Skyja, see them out!
Hold tight, friend! I was uncertain that I'd ever set eyes upon the glory of Odin.
And then you're sort of taken here then to this place here. Yeah, you just follow this. This is a very brief sort of quest line, and once again, after you finish this, you end up back in Oribos again, where it's like the final part. Then you have to go and see the Arbiter, and you have like a sort of meeting, and the meeting gets invaded. I'll show you that cutscene because that's quite cool. So after that, you end up back in Oribos, and you continue to follow the quest line through until you meet the leaders again, and they basically say, you need to get into Zereth Mortis now. And oh, the relief of me getting to this point after, God, I don't know how many hours I put into this, but you get to this point, yeah. And I'll basically leave the cutscene for the meeting because the meeting's quite cool. Like I really enjoyed that part, so I'll leave that in for you guys.
What news do you bring?
Our enemy is relentless. With With the Mawwalker's aid, the covenants have been renewed. Yet one sigil is still required to pursue Zoval. The Arbiters.
Though her presence is lost to darkness, her voice still sings within us.
Blessed be her voice. Together, we shall manifest the final sigil.
This is our purpose.
The way is open.
So as you can see, guys, the way is now open to Zereth Mortis. You think, this is it. You know, I finally got to this point now where you can go through it. Continue this quest line, and you will now get invaded by the... You know, I can't remember what they're called. The Horsesworn, I think they're called. The horse... Yeah, Horsesworn. Sorry. This shows how much attention I've paid through this. I've just been trying to whiz through it. The Horsesworn, I think they're called. And you end up just about making it through the portal. That bit's quite annoying. There's a little gimmicky bit, but yeah, you just make it through, and I'll show you that bit now when you just make it to Zereth Mortis.
Gateway, now!
And here we are, guys. Finally, after hours and hours and hours of gameplay, we are in Zereth Mortis. But it's not quite as simple as let's go and fly to where the bug is, because it doesn't work like that. We end up having to do a couple of quests first. You know, you have to prove your worth and all that sort of stuff, because they won't just let you fly around. Watch what happens now. Before I get caught in the tree, I'm like, oh, let's just fly off. I know where that like rare beetle is. So you try and fly off, and this happens. No, take you back to the start. You're not allowed to do that. Don't be silly. You got to follow the quest first. So reluctantly, yeah, I followed the quest line through to here as well. So as you make your way into the sort of sanctuary area in Zereth Mortis, this is called Haven. And you get captured as soon as you get there. I'll say captured, you get like stopped in place with these weird balls around you. And they think you're part of the jailer's army, which obviously you're not, but they don't want to take chances. They think you've breached the gates, and they think you've come to attack everyone. But obviously then you have to sort of prove your worth now. Oh no, we're the good guys. And that's when you get freedom to Zereth Mortis then. So just you follow it through. And yeah, you end up back in. I think yeah, that's right. There's another portal which goes back to Zereth Mortis, back to Oribos, and I think it's at that point really where you can start going back and forth then to Zereth Mortis. You've got that portal then in Oribos, which you can go back and forth with, which makes life easier. Okay, so we are back in Zereth Mortis, going through the portal from Oribos, and we can finally go and look for the big. We've finally turned it into a normal video again, guys, where we appear in Haven, and Haven has a stable master. So like always, guys, go to the stable master first. Make sure you have enough space. I don't think I did actually. Oh no, I did. I got rid of all, like, because I had a bunch of crabs, and yeah, from the live stream I did. By the way, I do live stream every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. UK time. So if you are interested, you know, tune in, guys. It is a bit of fun. There's a couple of people in the chat. We all, you know, we're all really friendly, and it's good fun. And, I even do some requests at the end as well. So yeah, as you can see, I'm putting all the crabs back where they belong in my stable. As you can see, I've got 5 slots available, but you only need the 1 available to tame a new pet. So after I've done that, I'm now going to head to the spot where it should be. Before, obviously, I'll get caught in a tree first, which happens to me all the time. But yeah, we're just going to fly over there now, so it's not too far. And we'll see if it's there, shall we? I mean, I know what happens, but I don't know whether you... Well, obviously you guys don't, but you'll see. You see what happens. But yeah, so it's now turned into like the normal sort of pet taming video. So yeah. Zereth Mortis is a really cool place, by the way. Like, I know it's an absolute faff to get here if you've never done it. So if you're just starting out in World of Warcraft, this is going to be really annoying for you. Like, the campaign's really fun. I think if you're the right level. Like, if you're a high level, then it's just tedious, you know? But yeah, it should be here, guys. I found it, but it's dead. But at least I know it spawns here, you know? So, yeah. I don't think this is a pet that roams freely, so to speak. I think it just stays around there. So that's what you're going to have to do. You're just going to have to sort of camp it out here, guys, alright? So I thought the real test was over here, guys. I finally found it. Thought, oh, let's tame it. You know, put a frost trap down. Obviously start recording, trying to get the right position to get it. And I finally start taming it, and look what happens. Bam! Computer lags out as well, which is just as annoying. And then dead. So I absolutely lost it, and made a rather choice, said a rather choice word to him. But to be fair, I felt bad then when I called him a knob, because he was actually apologetic and just like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I was like, it's all good. It's all good. See, this is what I mean. Like, everyone just rushes over as soon as it spawns. So, yeah, that was one. Unfortunately, I couldn't do. So, this happens, guys. It's just about patience and making sure you're there at the right time and just waiting it out. But fear not, guys. Lo and behold, it has finally appeared. And I acted super quick. At least I know now there's a 1 hour spawn time on this this beetle. So if you look at the comments online, it's not that. People say it's like every once a day or something like that, but it's really not. It's every hour, and I've timed that because this has happened twice now. This is the 2nd time. And yeah, it came up and I was like, bam, straight away, tame. I'm not even using a frost trap. I'm just going to tame straight away. And, you know, with a bit of luck, it actually happened. So I was over the moon, as you'll find it now. So there, see, straight away, there it is, tame, as soon as it spawns, because that's what you're going to have to do, because people are after it in this place. Obviously, I've actually found it twice dead. And obviously the 3rd time was when someone you saw in the previous clip where someone got there before me. So technically this is the 4th time. Painstaking stuff, guys. But we've got it. So let's show it off a bit, shall we? May as well. As is tradition with our channel, guys. We're just going to show it off a little bit. Just zoom in. Have a good look at it. It looks really cool. I really like these beetles. They really put a lot of thought into these beetles. But I think the later it's gone, so the later expansions, they do have a lot of sort of more unique looking pets, Whereas sort of the ones that appear in sort of Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms are kind of basic. They're all the sort of same model mostly, with basically different skins. But these beetles look really cool. Almost sort of like what was the word? What do they call, like sort of like robotic in a way. Not robotic, but yeah, that sort of way. And they're really cool to look at. And I just wanted to show you it in action as well. And then I realised I was getting attacked by the waspy type things as well. I think you kill one and then they start attacking you, which I didn't realise, so I just killed them all. Anyway, guys, that is Hadeon the Stonebreaker. I'm your host Rayman from Respawn Games. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like and subscribe, because there's plenty more where this is going to come from. And yeah, remember guys, find your prey and stay steady, my fellow hunters. I will see you all in the next one.